Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I've come up with a lot of queries which you all have been asking me, which seems to be quite common among a lot of you subscribers of mine as well as viewers. So I have been replying to so many different emails back all these days, and it's an immense pleasure to know that you all feel that my channel is really helpful for so many people who are aspiring to work in the UK and who are looking in on for registration with the HCPC. So, because you all have been requesting me time and again to put up a video completely in English regarding filling up the HCPC form, I will be coming up with that video quite soon. But before that, I have to make this video because you all have been requesting me to put in a video where I am answering most of your commonly asked questions. So the very first question that we're going to see up today is that HCPC, how many occupations come under the HCPC? So I have actually answered this question in one of my previous videos about what is HCPC and how it is assessed and stuff like that. So HCPC regulates about 15 different occupations under it. And if you haven't watched that video, please go back and watch the video because I won't be explaining all those occupations obviously because of lack of time. So we've got 15 occupations under HCPC Council, and the Health and Care Professions Council is for so many different allied occupations. So if you are looking to register and work in your profession under your title, under your professional title, then if it is regulated by the HCPC, you will have to get registered. Otherwise, you can't work in as your title. In whichever country you're working, for example, if you are an occupational therapist, if you want to come over to the UK and work in as an occupational therapist, then you need to get registered with the HCPC. Now, so many of you have been asking me, like, for a startup when coming to the UK, can you work as a physiotherapy assistant? Now, yes, you can work in as a physiotherapy assistant. Now, do you need HCPC registration to work as a physiotherapy assistant? No, you don't need an HCPC registration to work in as a PTA or a physiotherapy assistant because you will be regarded as a support worker. Now, what is the job description of a physiotherapy support worker or an assistant? You will have a lot of limitations. There'll be so many delegations under which only you will be able to work. So when you're going on for a hands-on support working system of work, you will be going through some mandatory training, which will be moving and handling and so many different trainings like that. There are so many mandatory trainings that a physio also undergoes as well. So just like that, a PTA will also undergo that. And by the time you are getting a registration, by the time you get an HCPC registration, you will be understanding how a physio works in the UK, how things are done, how the job role is, what the job description is and all that. So if you want to get a hands-on training and you want to see how it is done and how things are usually working over here, then you can definitely work in as a PTA first. Now, will you be getting an employer to employ you as a PTA? That was the next most common question a lot number of you have asked me. You won't get an employer like that to recruit you from your country and bring you over to the UK. But if you are on a dependent visa, like if your spouse is working in the UK and you are a physiotherapist, you were working as a physiotherapist in your country, you're coming over and you want to work and see how physios work here before becoming one yourself, then you can definitely apply for a PTA assistant or a support worker kind of a job role. You will definitely get a lot of different vacancies around England, around Scotland as well. I don't know much about Wales and Northern Ireland, but you will be allowed inside England and Scotland because there are so many vacancies for support workers as well. Now, since a lot of you have been asking me about so many different questions regarding radiographers, and so many of you coming with pharmacists, so many pharmacists are also coming up. Yes, the way of filling up your registration, your HCPC international application form, is the same as that of physios. Because because I'm a physiotherapist and I have stressed so much on physiotherapy, the job role, the work experience and all that, it doesn't mean it's different for different occupations. It's the same way that you're going to fill up the registration form for the HCPC registration or for the HCPC number. So you have to fill in your personal details, you fill in your work experience, and so many of you have been also asking me, if you're a fresher, will you be able to apply for your HCPC registration? Yes, because if you are a physio student working in the studying in the UK, and as soon as you graduate, you will be also guided to take in your HCPC registration and the CSP membership as well. So you can definitely take in, HCPC registration if you're just a fresher, or if you're just a graduate, if you've just got your bachelor's degree in physiotherapy or occupational therapy or radiography or speech and language therapy, anything, you can get a registration. To get a job, you need to be on the shortage occupation list. Now, for so many different physiotherapists out there who are asking me, has the occupation come in the shortage occupation list? The MAC, that is the Migratory Advisory Committee or Council, is still going through all the requirements, getting so many tests done, like almost 3 tests done on the physiotherapy profession, just like nurses, just like paramedics, just like laboratory technicians and radiographers. It is going through an investigation process where it can be put in the shortage occupation list or not. But having said that, it is quite likely to be on the list, and in fact I can say it is almost on the list. But why I'm not saying it completely and confirming it out here is that there might be changes coming up in April. So it's like upon a fence, it can go this side or that side, so you never know. Support workers will never be on the shortage occupation list, but physiotherapists as such could be on the shortage occupation list. So there is quite shortages going on and quite number of vacancies going on inside England and Scotland. I'm not too sure again about Northern Ireland and Wales, but the government is doing as much work as possible to get pre-registrants out there, to get as many number of qualified physios out there. When I came in, it was like about 59,000 physiotherapists under the regulatory body, but now it's like about 60,000 plus. So you never know what will happen, but it is quite likely that by April our occupation will be on the shortage occupation list. It is likely, okay? So let's see what happens. It was supposed to be this March itself, but I'm still saying April because first it came up as it's already on the list, and then things changed up again. So you never know what happens. Okay, so having cleared that, then there are so many radiographers and so many operating department technicians or something like that, OPD, something like that. So many of you have been asking me about HCPC registration and their work experience section on the form. So yes, you can put in your work experience section all in brief ups, like I will be coming up with that on the video on filling up the form in English once again. So when you're filling it up, make sure you put in a brief up about your case studies, your diagnostic methods, your assessment methods, your treatment plans, the way you approach a patient and stuff like that, your qualities, your skills, your leadership skills, your communication skills, your IT skills, your analytical skills. So many skills are there. So put all that up as a brief up in this work experience section as well. So for so many people who have done their MLT, Masters in Laboratory Technician studies, who have done that and who have worked like 2 years and all, yes, you need experience to get jobs over here. It is true. 1, 2, 3 years, like they ask minimum experience for any job under this council. So it also depends upon the percentage of shortage in your occupation. So if it's really high, they might go for a person who is having 2 years experience, or maybe 3 years experience would be quite enough. So best of luck with that, because most of the occupations other than physiotherapy has got onto the list. So I think it's a good time. I think this year is going to be fantastic. And once physiotherapy also gets into the list, it's going to be fabulous. So guys, that's all for now. I'll be coming up with the basic or the common kind of questions that are asked for interviews in the NHS. So that will be my next video. And then I'll also be coming up with a video on how to become a CSP member. So that is Chartered Society of Physiotherapy member. So those will be my 2 upcoming videos. Stay tuned for that. And for all these queries, make sure that you have actually watched this complete video, because I've answered so many different common questions that you have been asking me for the past couple of weeks. Thank you all for watching. God bless and bye-bye.